You're watching the Wellness Hour, news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, a new technology that helps people with unwanted fat. In fact, this new technology may replace the need for liposuction. With us, we have Nurse Jamie. Nurse Jamie, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Now, for people that don't know your center at Beauty Park, who's the typical patient? What are the different services that you offer?
At Beauty Park, our vision is simple. It's really to offer the best non-surgical solutions available on the market. But we also customize the combination of the most cutting edge with our skincare. Not to mention, we are the flagship for Nurse Jamie's skincare and devices, which are sold worldwide. Our range of med spa services are everything from injectables, tightening, laser hair, liquid facelifts, you name it, we've got it.
Now we should mention, I mean, you're all over TV, on the Today Show, on the show of the doctors. I've seen you on the doctors, Extra TV. Do they invite you on these shows?
Yes, I'm doing Khloe Kardashian's Revenge Body. This is the second season, so doing a lot of makeovers this season as well, so it's pretty exciting.
Now, even though you do a lot of, celebrities, right? I mean, some of the biggest names in Hollywood. In fact, if you go to your website, there's pictures of them with their testimonials on top. So with this new, a replacement for, I'm calling it a replacement for liposuction, but do you think that's the future of this? That it may? I mean, the results are there?
I mean, I really do think the results are there. And in some ways, I think it's better because it encourages a healthier lifestyle. You don't have to wear a compressive garment afterwards. You can go straight to the gym if you want to, back to work. And so I think, of course, it's a 360 approach. We do tell you eat more cruciferous vegetables, do diet and exercise, but it's a healthier way, an easier way to do it without surgery, no downtime.
Okay, you've had it done.
I've had it done, yes.
Now, at the top of the show, we said that this potentially could replace liposuction. Do you think that could happen?
I do think it can happen. And I looked at all the other modalities that were available, and this is what I chose. And my practice, we cannot have any problems such as unevenness, ledges, ridges, and it's demanded in my practice. And so that's what we want.
So there are other technologies, things that cool the fat. We talked on the phone. You like this technology better. This kind of heats it?
This is the latest. This is the newest, and there are cooling aspects to this process because it also has a cooling mechanism associated with it. But just like you can burn a mole off or you can freeze a mole off, either way, it's off.
Okay.
And so what I like about SculpSure is it's customizable. It's the 4 different hand pieces that you can customize. Because myself, for example, after I had my children, it was more on my left side. So I could easily customize that. If I have only a larger block, a larger handpiece, it's going to be very hard to move that around. So I like the customizable part to it. I like that I don't have to worry about irregularities and unevenness because most people they want to get rid of the fat, and that's it. And if there's a few little lumps and bumps along the way, that's acceptable to most people, but it wasn't to me. And it's not to my practice, and it's not. And there is a reason that I am the keeper of the world's most beautiful people. Is because I detail. I am a detail freak, and I like things to be perfect. And this we haven't had any problems, and I just love it because it works because so many high patient satisfaction without events. That's what it's all about in my business.
So you're busy. I mean, people need to know. I mean, you have a huge team over there.
Oh, yes.
A big facility.
7 days a week.
What about this? Are you doing it like a couple times a week right now, or is it picking up?
Oh, my goodness, no, several times a day.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, no.
So this is one of your hottest, most popular?
It is, and body contouring has been very popular for a long time because even with diet and exercise and home-delivered meals and everything that is available to you, of course, sometimes there's problem areas that you just can't get.
So what are the different areas that are popular that you treat?
I think it's different for men and women. For men, I think it's like love handles and flanks and abdomen. For women, it's kind of like everything. I would say it's a little bit of the mommy makeover. Sometimes it's the tummy, it's the flanks, love handles, but inner and outer thighs. it's exciting that they are coming out with the chin soon. So,
What about bra strap, like a back fat?
Really bra strap, and yeah, you got to be able to wear the strapless gown, and then it's too just to look good in like a form-fitting shirt. Technically, anywhere that you have unwanted fat, for the most part, is the area you should.
So let's start there with the bra fat. I mean, is this a concern? I mean, is this?
It absolutely is. So then it limits your clothing choices if you're self-conscious about wearing certain clothing, and even for working out, like the sports bra is what a contraption for the woman, but it is. It pushes that fat up, and then it makes it more visible, and then you're self-conscious even to work out. So it's something that bothers a lot of women, and it's so nice to be able to like treat that.
So like one or two treatments.
Yes.
What's this? This is
yeah, I brought a head to show you.
Okay.
Because this is one of the 4 heads that we can customize, and we essentially just strap these flat heads on, so well made. And so you don't it doesn't have to be on an area that you have to have a vacuum assist. So it could be on a flatter area like the bra strap area. So it's so easy to treat that.
Okay, now abs and flanks and love handles, same kind of thing. You just put it, how well, like what's the best area to treat? What's the most popular?
Most popular, I would have to say overall is probably abdomen, love handles. But inner and outer thighs is kind of gaining ground in areas that are just kind of, it's hard to reach. Anywhere you have unwanted fat is the area to treat.
So the abdomen, one of the most popular areas?
Right, and there are other technologies that are available that kind of pulls on the skin, which I worry about that because after 35, the elasticity of the skin changes. So this literally sets on the surface of the skin. We strap it onto the area. We customize all of these different, these little spacers. We can plug it in and kind of, it's like a plug and play. So you could put them all together. You could break them up. That's what I love about it, because we're all little snowflakes and we all have our problem areas that bother us, that prevent us from doing other things.
Can you look at an area, because you've been doing this long enough to where you say this is going to be excellent for this?
I love it. And the other reason I love it is because it has a little bit of a spread, and it
what
blends. Because it blends out and it makes it so even. That's what I'm talking about, the skin irregularities. So because what we're doing is we're permanently reducing the number of fat cells. They're gone.
Okay.
So it's a permanent reduction. It's pretty remarkable. It's revolutionary, actually, and without problems is kind of incredible.
Now, are you getting the leaner patients, the fitter patients, or are you getting the heavier people?
We get a little bit of everyone. I would say our average demographic is someone that really it kind of works on everything, and then just has their problem areas. With the abdomen, it is so important because it's the focal point of the body, and if there's just a little bit of unwanted fat, it's the difference between looking a little sloppy and on point. And for a woman, I think it's so sexy for a woman in their 40s to be rocking the abs. Okay. And you know, there's only so much you can do sometimes with diet and exercise. So you need help from your friend SculpSure, and I think it makes such a difference. And with men as well, like it's so great to see a guy with like shredded abs for me. And if there's just a little bit of unwanted fat on that front area, to lean that down is all the difference in the world. And the back, I mean, with the love handles, with the way everyone is slouching at work, and just our posture that we have, and you know, always at the computer, that the back fat is a big thing right now. So just to lean that focal point, that core down, I think is everything.
So this is like 1 to 2 treatments. You can get this done.
That's
is that right?
what's so amazing. And you can go right back to work or exercise, because that's why I like it. Because of course, I mean, liposuction is not a diet. So it is not a treatment plan. You still have to exercise and eat right. Otherwise, then you start getting that morphed out body where then the shoulders and the back fat does become huge. Because when you have liposuction, that doesn't mean that you can never gain weight. Holiday time, whatever, you gain 5 pounds. It doesn't mean you don't gain it. It means that you gain it in different
areas.
Places. So that's what happens.
So does this work as almost like leverage? They start eating better, taking better care of themselves? Do you see
I love it. I think sometimes you just need a little help. You need I think a tiger can change his stripes, or I think sometimes we just need a little help, a little push in the right direction, and a little bit of self-confidence. And I've seen people, like even myself, when I went on this trip to Hawaii, I probably wouldn't have done as many activities if I wouldn't have felt as good, because I mean, just getting on the slide with my kids, it's still
Yeah.
it's something that I want to feel comfortable doing.
So with this, you called it in the green room. You said you called it like a personal trainer.
I think it's a permanent. It's like a personal trainer in a machine, because it's kind of helps you target those areas of unwanted fat that you can't treat otherwise.
So that head right there that I'm looking at,
Yes.
it's flat. So it heats the underlying tissue, kills the fat cells, and then they never come back.
That's right. And that's what the beauty of it is. And it's so customizable. It's so easy for us to apply, high patient satisfaction. And I think the only thing is that people don't know that it exists.
Now, what about those patients that are like 40 or 50 or more pounds overweight? Can you do it? Would you?
Absolutely. And while there's no set limit for height and weight on SculpSure, anyone can do it. So that's the beauty of the treatment.
So you've had heavier patients come in?
Yes, and plus size models, and because the flat abdomen and the love handles and those protruding areas, that tends to be what bothers most people.
So after the procedure, you say you see a huge boost in self-esteem.
Absolutely. I think it's just like a postural change, even when you look at yourself in the mirror. It's just when you look good and you feel good, you exude that confidence, and it's so rewarding for me to be able to give that to patients.
You know, confidence, I guess, is sexy.
Confidence.
You know, that's
is
part of our
sexy.
charisma, is the confidence. Now, I like what we talked about earlier, that the most expensive part about this is what?
Buying all the new clothes. It's true. It's true, because and the trips and the vacations and the gym memberships, because it just encourages you to go out and do more, because you feel more confident.
Okay, other areas of the body.
Absolutely. So inner and outer thighs. So saddlebag area, and some women just genetically predisposed to have this. So even runners. And you're doing the machine in the gym in and out, but it just, even with diet and exercise, I mean, you'd have to get rail thin to get rid of that, and then that looks bizarre.
Okay.
So it's just to treat that little area in the inner and outer thigh, it's just magical.
So the little area on the outside of the hips, right? You called it a saddlebag area.
Yes.
How well does that treat? Like, what have you seen?
Oh, it's so wonderful, because even with surgical modalities that are available, it's hard to do because that tissue is so dense. So it's amazing. It's amazing to be able to treat that area because of that flat treatment head. So you don't have to have a suction assist. So it's going to be able to adhere. It's going to work on inner and outer thighs beautifully. The inner thigh is such a problem area. I recall this one patient who, she came in and she wants a thigh gap. She's like, I want legs like Taylor Swift.
Okay.
And just her legs are genetically predisposed to having a little bit of extra fat, just like a bulge in that area. So, and she's thin otherwise. So here's the problem. So she's like, even when I get rail thin, that this never goes away. And she's like, for my wedding and my honeymoon pictures, this is all I want. This is what I've asked from my parents. This is what I want. I was like, okay, so we are going to do SculpSure. We did 2 rounds on her inner thighs. She's so happy. She's just like, she feels more confident. She feels more confident in her dress. She sent me photos of her honeymoon. She loved it, and it made all the difference in the world without having to undergo a surgery or an unhealthy lifestyle.
It's a 25-minute procedure.
25 minutes.
So somebody could go get their inner thighs done in
Yes.
25 minutes.
It's
Really?
pretty. It's amazing.
And it's one of your favorite.
It's one of my
Because
favorites.
you do a lot of
yeah.
things in your practice.
Yes, we do. We offer a lot of services. We have a wide variety, but I love it because patients love it, and because it works, and it's new. It's awesome.
So people that are scheduled for liposuction or really considering liposuction are
should check out SculpSure.
Okay.
Because even the best practitioner can have problems with surgical interventions. The hollow needle, a cannula that's attached to suction, even if you're an artist, there can be irregularities. And this is
like bumps and
yes.
things like that, like especially leaner people.
Yes.
Like we've seen the celebrities
and particularly
with the
hard to do on the legs.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where a lot of the problems occur with liposuction or traditionally.
What about pain?
Pain is so subjective. I've had the procedure myself. I can say it's painless for myself. I would say the majority of people, like 80%, say it's painless. I think some people, it's like kind of, it's a series of cool and warm bursts. So it's very tolerable.
So it's not something they complain about, like, oh
No,
my
not
goodness.
at all. That's not even something you should consider.
So you can do like this on lunchtime for 25
Yes.
minutes. Is that an exaggeration, or it's really 25 minutes?
It really is 25 minutes. Of course, you have to fill out your paperwork and, drive yourself to and fro. But yeah, it's not a big deal.
Now, because you're known throughout LA, Santa Monica, as the person with all the new technology, do you get celebrity calls where they say, hey, what do you think about this thing? Does it really work? I mean, what do they want to know? Like, what's their questions? Like, what?
Everybody wants to know, does it work? Yes, it does. And is it painful? Those are the two questions. So.
And they're coming in, and a lot of big names. Any big name celebrities are coming in to do this. I know you can't mention their
you
name.
can bet that every celebrity does something to prepare. I say red carpet looks are the result of well-laid plans.
Okay, so this seems to give. Now, what about repair work? Like if somebody had liposuction or they had some uneven.
Yes, it's so nice for that. And
right?
yeah, because you can customize the treatment heads and move them around, and where there might be a ledge that we have to position it to. And the nice thing about the end of this treatment head is that it does have that little 30% spread. So it bleeds out and it blends into the tissue. So it does the work for me.
So if you have uneven part, you say, look, after your triplets, you had one side. You described
Yes.
it earlier on the show,
Yes.
a little higher, so you're able to flatten that part out.
Yeah, and so otherwise with things that exist I'm without a surgery, and I don't have the luxury of time to take, I run 2 businesses and I have triplet 5-year-olds. I don't have time to take off from work. And whereas right before I go on vacation, bam, I can do this.
And you'll see results pretty quickly.
Yes, you see results in up to 6 weeks, but I personally, and as a practice, we notice right away.
Like you could see the difference.
Within, I would say 2 weeks.
But sometimes I'm going to put you on the
Yes,
spot here.
I'm gonna put-
like
yes.
immediately you see a flattening of a
Yes,
stomach.
and you know what else, if you're going to put me on the spot, I also noticed some skin tightening with this.
Okay, so it heats the area, kills the fat cells, they're eliminated, and they never come back. It sounds better than
yes.
liposuction.
I mean, I personally think in many ways that it is.
So how old can you be to do this? Like, what's your oldest patient?
Well, my mother is 82, and she has had the treatment done, and she loves it. So she's had 2 areas done, and she's can't wait to come back and do another one.
Like what area?
She muffin top. That's what she calls it. I think she calls it her cupcake top actually, but it's. I think she means the muffin top. And so just the spillage over her pants, and she just feels more comfortable because now people are looking so much better for so much longer, and I think why not use everything that's available to keep that going.
So what visually, could you see the results with your mother?
Yes,
she see it?
she could. She looks good in a pair of jeans. My mom does. I will have to give her cred for that. And she likes to wear her brand jeans, and then it just kind of just spills over, and it makes such a difference. And just the way she feels, she just carries herself differently.
Okay, and younger patients. So I guess any age doesn't matter. Like
Yeah,
early
so like
20s.
20s to 70s is kind of our demographic. I would say probably averages are in a patient in 30s to 40s.
So SculpSure, you have this on your website. They can
Yes.
look on your website to see it.
Yes.
They can go to the manufacturer's website, learn more
Yes.
about it. But this is the new hot thing. But these machines aren't inexpensive.
No.
So not a lot of people have these.
No, I've been doing laser and injectable for over 20 years. This was the most I've ever paid for a machine. So it is, I will say I was skeptical at first and kind of putting this investment into, one machine. But doing well.
I know your prices. I mean, it's less for sure than liposuction.
Oh, 100%.
Some of the other therapies that are using like cooling.
But because it's less time and then it's less treatments that are required. So it really, to me, is less or equal to that. And with the results being there and without any issues, I love it. It's the newest, it's the latest, and in my opinion, the best treatment that's out for fat reduction.
You know, when we were talking on the phone initially,
Yes.
and I was trying to have you come on the show, and I said, well, what about fractionated laser? What about thermage, oral therapy, or these
all
other
of
things?
them. I have them, and
But
they're
you want
they're
to talk
great.
about this,
Yes.
mainly because?
Well, because it works and because there aren't any problems and the patient satisfaction is there and people don't know about it. And they call and request other things, which makes me crazy. And because I'm not sure why, but I want, that's one of the reasons that I wanted to come and talk about this today.
If people knew that this worked, because people know that liposuction works, but they're going to be
They should
skeptical
check it
about
out.
something like
Yes.
this. Okay.
Well, people are skeptical anyway, and I understand that, but it's such a great treatment, and it works for fat reduction, for a permanent fat reduction.
We're going to take a quick break. When we
Okay.
come back, more about the process, what people can expect when they visit your center. You're watching The Wellness Hour. I'm Randy Alvarez. We'll be right back.
So I'm rocking some abs. Looking good, feeling good. My abs were always where I wanted them to be. My obliques and my lower back, not really as much. A little more fat than I wanted. So I wanted to reduce that fat and look and feel better, and SculpSure helped me out a lot. SculpSure was so quick and easy. It was only 25 minutes. I looked good, I felt good, the fat was gone. I was right back to work, and well, I was right back at it.
I guess I was inspired to try SculpSure for my upcoming wedding. You know, before that I had these problem areas like most women do with my muffin top and inner thighs. And I just was so excited to find something that would help me look and feel great for my special day. I just had my final fitting for my dress and I look amazing. I'm so thankful that I tried SculpSure because it fixed all the right areas. So when I walk down the aisle on my wedding day, I'm going to look and feel beautiful.
You're watching The Wellness Hour, news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, a replacement for liposuction. It's called SculpSure. With us, we have Nurse Jamie. Nurse Jamie, welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
Do people get this procedure like for occasions?
Absolutely, yes. Whether it be reunions or wedding, their daughter's wedding, their son's wedding, it's, you know, the 10-year reunion, absolutely, because all these filters, social media filters, you want to look as good as your filter or your edited photo. So there's all that pressure. And with SculpSure, it's possible to look better in person than the altered photo. So it's so rewarding for us to be able to offer this service, but then also for the patient to experience and just kind of, it's the confidence that you exude when you show up and you just feel good and you feel on point. So fat reduction, it just makes you look younger. So you have that younger appearance because like a 40-year-old man or older, they just have the tendency to get fat deposits.
We're supposed to have love handles.
Yes, love
over
handles,
40,
and
over 50.
yeah. So if you take that away, because a lean guy just has the propensity to carry weight there. So if you take that off, if you lean that down, it looks so much younger. You can, it can give you the appearance of 10 years younger. The same for a female. We have affinity to gather fat in other areas, but if you take that away, you're giving the appearance of like 10 years younger in 25 minutes.
So are men tucking in their shirts again after this procedure?
Yeah, and more form-fitting, the spandex shirts, the shirts with the spandex blend, so you can bust those out again.
Now, I'm sure you've had the case where you take care of a woman's abdomen, maybe her thighs, and now she's doing selfies on Facebook all the time and irritating everybody.
Yeah, because you just you're back in the game. You feel good about yourself. So about 12 weeks out of the treatment, and that's when you're going to see the full result, a transformation happens that all of a sudden I see my patients in a swimsuit and they're in a bathing suit and they're posting pictures. It's so great because you just see the transformation that happens just a few weeks after having this treatment done.
Are you ever surprised with the results?
Absolutely. One of our patients lost 17 inches. total loss. So this guy just really leaned down. I mean, of course, he was putting diet and exercise with it too, but the results that he got and the boost of confidence to push himself further and get rid of areas that he wouldn't have been able to do just with diet and exercise pushed him to just perfection. It looks so good. It was a dramatic transformation that I really don't even think was possible with surgery. So just the difference in his appearance when I saw him before and afterwards, he's so much more svelte. He just moves faster, leaner, looks so much more confident. Just his posture, the way he carries himself. What a dramatic transformation. It's more than just the 17 inches. It was a mental transformation as well.
At your center, Beauty Park,
yes.
right? You're open 7 days a week.
7 days a week on Saturdays and Sundays.
People come in on like Sundays to do this?
They do. It's a great time, no traffic. So we're open till 4 on Sundays, 9 to 7 during the week. So it's a big business.
So we're out of time. Final message to a person watching this, but they're still skeptical whether it works or not. Just like, when we first talked.
Yeah.
I said, does it really work? So what do you say to them?
We invite them in to consult about it and check it out, to look at the testimonials, to look at the before and afters, to talk to the staff who's had the treatment done. Myself, I've had the treatment done. And just to get their confidence back, because it makes such a difference when you look and feel good. And those beautiful natural results are very possible.
Now you work in almost like the self-esteem business. People come to you with little things that are driving them crazy.
Yeah, so fix it. It's so easy because if there's always areas of unwanted fat that you can't get with diet and exercise. So in 25 minutes, you can get the look you want.
Okay, good. I want to thank you for coming on the show. Great stuff. And if people want to know more information, they go to your website.
Yes.
They can make an appointment. And all right. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You've been watching The Wellness Hour. I'm Randy Alvarez for now. I wish you good health.
Thanks for watching The Wellness Hour, the leader in medical news with your host, Randy Alvarez, the authority on health issues.